What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another Manchester City video, where today we're going to be doing a Manchester City transfer update. Before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. I'm going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest City transfer news here on YouTube. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video. We smashed 300 likes in the last transfer update. In fact, the last 2 or 3 transfer updates we've smashed 300 likes. So let's set 300 likes as the like goal once more. So any help towards that would be great. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And finally, I want to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Kitbag, where you guys can go and check out the Manchester City shirts, both home, away and fourth shirts, all available for less than £40. Links and details, they are in the description. They've got lots of other shirts that you guys can go and check out, as well as lots of other Manchester City related merchandise. Links and details there in the description, and a big thank you to Kitbag for sponsoring this video. So we've got no contract news, so we're going to dive straight on in with the outs. Got only one story to speak about in the outs, and it's a quick update on Jacob Wright. Now, this is going back to the January transfer window, which saw Jacob Wright join Norwich City on loan until the end of the season. Now, Derby County had agreed a £2 million deal with Manchester City to sign him in mid-January, but his move to Derby County collapsed due to Manchester City having concerns over the playing style from Derby County, and they felt like he would be better having another move to another championship club, which Manchester City had identified Swansea City as being the better move. So it agreed a deal for Jacob Wright to join Swansea City on a permanent basis. That was towards the end of the window, and then we didn't hear anything for days, and then that deal collapsed as well as we hit transfer deadline day. So Manchester City, having good ties at Norwich City, decided that Jacob Wright would be better going there on loan until the end of the season and not on a permanent deal, and he ended up joining Norwich City, which apparently Derby County were furious about, according to the Telegraph. So a bit of transfer politics there. I'm expecting Jacob Wright to join back up with Manchester City in the summer, and it'll be interesting to see where he does end up from there. Now, moving on to the ins, we've got the very latest on former Manchester City man Fernandinho, and sources coming out of Brazil have said that Fernandinho is set for a return to Manchester City as a coach for working for Pep Guardiola. Now, a recent interview was done with Fernandinho, and he said that he misses Manchester City, he misses Manchester, he misses the Manchester City fans, he misses the club, and he feels like something is in the pipeline that could be seeing him returning back to Manchester City very soon, and to watch this space. And I believe that that is the case. Fernandinho will be a Manchester City coach very soon, I presume, for next season onwards. I did call this back in January when Manchester City was struggling here and there with being able to talk with Abdikadir Husanov, who's fluent, of course, in the Uzbek language, but also fluent in Russian as well. And Manchester City didn't have anybody who could communicate with Husanov until they'd brought Fernandinho back in from Brazil, who can speak Russian from his time working with Shakhtar Donetsk, and he was able to communicate with Husanov. And I think Manchester City liked that Fernandinho could do that. Pep Guardiola's worked with Fernandinho before, former Manchester City captain as well, and I said back in January, bring him in as a coach, utilise Fernandinho and his experiences. We want Fernandinho back at Manchester City, and we're going to be making that happen, which I'm absolutely delighted about, and looking forward when that is made official, informally welcoming Fernandinho back to the club. Now, moving on, let's speak about some players. New name, Jeremy Monga. Plays for Leicester City. He's a 15-year-old, and Manchester City want to add him to their academy. Now, no deal needs to be agreed with Leicester City, but a deal would need to be cleared by a tribunal with compensation paid to Leicester City for Monga to become a Manchester City player. That's according to the Daily Mail. Monga is English, plays as a left winger, and as I said, 15 years old, and a very exciting prospect to be brought in to the Manchester City academy potentially. And speaking of Manchester City and their academy, leaves us on to a very nice update on Ben Vickery, the 16-year-old Scottish goalkeeper playing for Hibernian in Scotland. And Fabrizio Romano has said that Manchester City now have an agreement in principle for Ben Vickery to sign for Manchester City's academy from the Hibs academy. He says that a deal is almost done and that will be sealed very soon. So very exciting, adding another goalkeeper to the very promising Manchester City academy. Now moving on to some more first team players. Got the latest on Joshua Kimmich, and Florian Plettenberg has said that PSG have submitted proposals forward to Kimmich's camp for him to join Paris Saint-Germain in the summer for free. They've offered him a contract until 2029. That's been proposed. Positive talks have taken place between both the camp of Joshua Kimmich and Paris Saint-Germain. No agreement or green light has been given yet from Kimmich and his camp. Manchester City have been linked. I do believe there's some concerns when it comes to his wage, and he does, to me anyway, sound like a PSG signing, with talks breaking down between Joshua Kimmich and his current club of Bayern Munich. Now moving on to the final transfer, and speaking about central midfielders from Germany, leaves us nicely onto a nice update on Florian Wirtz. Now Christian Falk has said that Manchester City remain keen on the midfielder from Bayer Leverkusen. German international turns 22 in May, still yet to sign a new contract at Bayer Leverkusen, but I am expecting him at some point to sign that new deal, and in that new deal will include a release clause which will be active in the summer of 2026. And Christian Falk has said that Real Madrid and Bayern Munich are really keen on signing Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen. Now Manchester City are also very keen. City are not so keen on waiting until the summer of 2026, and word coming from Christian Falk is saying that he's expecting Manchester City to want to make their move for him in the summer. So for me, very simple situation. He signs a new deal between now and the summer transfer window, this upcoming one from June onwards, then that to me ends Florian Wirtz joining Manchester City. And if it's not going to be Florian Wirtz, who is it going to be that City sign for their midfield? City want big names, promising names, some of the biggest and best players out there, and Florian Wirtz to me ticks a lot of boxes at Manchester City. It'd be a very expensive deal, but not an impossible deal. And I'm keeping an eye on that contract situation, because if he doesn't sign a new contract by June, Manchester City will push hard to try and make that transfer happen. And if City can afford and can make that deal happen, what position are Real Madrid in to make that signing happen? What position are Bayern Munich in to make that happen? They're both keen on the release clause of making it happen in 2026 rather than negotiating a deal. We've negotiated successful deals with other Bundesliga clubs in the past, including Joško Vardiel from RB Leipzig, and of course bringing in Omar Marmoush back in the January transfer window from Eintracht Frankfurt. So it isn't impossible that Florian Wirtz could still end up a Manchester City player. A lot for me hinges on will he sign that new deal at Bayer Leverkusen. They've been saying now for months that he's set to sign that deal, but still that deal hasn't been signed as of right now of me filming this video. Any more developments, of course, I will keep you guys up to date. So if you haven't already, do subscribe. It is free to subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video. 300 likes is the aim. Do get your thoughts in the comments below. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Kitbag, who have got all of the Manchester City home shirts, away shirts, and fourth shirts available for you guys to go and check out for less than £40. Links and details there in the description, and a big thank you to Kitbag for sponsoring this video. Anyone who does check out Kitbag using the link in the description does help to support the future content created here on my channel, and I'll see you all again real soon for the next one. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.